So I got some good and I got some bad for today. What is up, Finn fans? As you could read by the title, the Miami Dolphins have made two coaching moves. And we will talk about those two coaching moves. But first and foremost, I do want to shout out today's sponsor real quick. And that is Clean the World. And also they have another corporation, another company that is very big and very important. And that is the Wash Foundation. Now, the Wash Foundation is doing something to help with all the fires in California. This is from the Wash Foundation's Twitter. And it says, our hearts go out to those affected by the wildfires in Southern California. The Wash Foundation is working with local partners to assess needs. Your donations can help us raise $100,000 to deliver 10,000 hygiene kits. Contribute here. So I will put the link in the description below for where you can contribute. But the Wash Foundation, again, part of Clean the World, do some really great things for people of need, third world countries, and obviously natural disasters like they're dealing right now in Southern California with thousands of people being affected. So go check it out. And again, I will link the donation site in the description below. If you can donate, that would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, let's talk about what's going on in the title of the video. Two coaches changes have happened with the Miami Dolphins so far. We have parted ways with special team coordinator Danny Crossman and wide receiver coach / pass game specialist Wes Welker. Now, obviously, we are all happy that Danny Crossman's not here anymore, but it kind of sucks to see Wes Welker go. I don't know if it was more of a him like I'm going to step away type situation, or they just saw how the receivers were kind of struggle busting with drops and, you know, getting off press coverage and all this stuff. I will say, you know, Welker kind of was working more with vets than he was really with younger guys. You know, you look at the receiving core that we had. He had Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Braxton Berrios, River Craycraft, Wilson, Cedric Wilson. Malik Washington, he done fantastic with this year. And outside of that, you have like Eric Izukama, who, you know, really didn't do much, and everyone else was undrafted free agents. So you can't really get a good grasp of how he's developed receivers, but I will say he's done amazing with Malik Washington. But outside of that, you know, these vets have struggled to catch the ball. But Danny Crossman being gone is something that needed to happen. Now, the Miami Dolphins special teams have been really bad lately. Outside of Jason Sanders, good for him. I'm not going to say much, and I'm going to knock on wood. Real quick, though, I just noticed it before we go any further. There is a trivia for today. I want to get that to you so I can tell you the answer at the end. What team did the Dolphins beat 20-7 at Hard Rock Stadium to kick off their 9-win season in 2022? So in 2022, who did the Dolphins beat to kick off their season 20-7? I'll tell you at the end of the video. 31st ranked special teams in 2023, and last year we were dead last in special teams. Hopefully with Danny Crossman being moved, maybe they'll make a move finally at Jake Bailey in the punting situation, bring in somebody that will help flip the field on us, especially in situations where we are punting from our own red zone. But this is a move that needed to be made years ago. Not just this past season, but the season before that. The fact that they brought him on again, is this a situation where now, you know, their backs are against the wall? And I talked about that in their presser. If you watch earlier today's video, I talked about if McDaniel can fix the offense that he kind of struggles with. I go into great detail if you want to go check that video out earlier today. But are they finally going to make the moves now? You know, Omar Kelly, and I'm going to have him on the channel on Monday, said some really interesting things on Twitter when it came to this team and what the head coach and the GM are doing, because, you know, a lot of us, myself included, want them to draft a quarterback, but they're in a win now mode, because if they don't win, they're fired. So Omar Kelly made a great point that they're not going to draft a quarterback to develop when they don't have time to develop. They have this year or they're gone. So you're probably looking at free agents, but This also is giving you the idea that they finally move on from Crossman. Unfortunately, they move on from Welker. I don't think this is going to be the last assistant or any of these coordinators are going to be moved on. Unfortunately, Darrell Bevell is interviewing for an offensive coordinator position with the Cleveland Browns. Breaks my heart. Got to chat with him. Hopefully, he stays with Miami. If I'm Miami, I would move on from our offensive coordinator, and I would promote him to offensive coordinator, kind of negate him leaving for Cleveland. But we'll see. I think I'll make a video on what the Dolphins should do with the coordinator positions. I got so much content ready for you guys. So again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. But they're backs against the wall. So, the first thing that Grier has to do, and again, these are all, I'm giving you little tidbits, little teasers of videos that I got planned. They need to fix the cap, because you need to address the needs. You need to address the holes in the offensive line, especially the interior offensive line, interior of the defensive line, the safeties. You have a lot of needs you have to address, so you have to fix the cap, whether it's trade players, move on from certain divas, and I will talk about that. There's a lot that needs to be done, and Chris Grier, if he wants a job next year, needs to strap down his helmet, if he wears one when he's doing this, and fix it. Seems like for the past 6 years he's been coasting along. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And Stephen Ross probably said to him, look, I'm not here for a rebuild. I'm probably not going to be the owner after the 2025 season. So essentially you have the 2025 season to save your jobs. You don't do it, the new owner is going to come in, whether it's his daughter, whether he sells the majority stock or whatever, and that new owner will fire them and probably want their own quarterback, want their own head coach, want their own GM, want, all the stuff to be their own. They want a fresh start. They're going to want to get rid of everybody. So this is it. And maybe this is the first sign. Again, I'm not getting my hopes up. I have the lowest expectations, but maybe this is the first sign of the head coach and the GM kind of saying to us fans, give us one more shot. Just please give us one more shot. We're listening. We're going to do it right this time. I promise, by moving on from Danny Crossman. But is it too little too late? We will see. But they finally move on from Danny Crossman. Rizzi's still out there. He was the interim head coach for the Saints. I don't know if he'd come back to Miami. I would love for him to come back to Miami, but he kind of got burned by the Dolphins. I don't even think he got a head coaching interview when they went and got Brian Flores. Like, there's a whole situation, but I'll talk about, all this stuff in videos. So comment below. What's your thoughts on Danny Crossman being let go? What's your thoughts on Wes Welker being let go? What's your thoughts on my opinion of the fact that they're backs against the wall and this is it too little too late situation? Comment below, let me know, and I will see you guys, if not tomorrow, definitely Sunday at 1 o'clock. I will be live streaming the Denver Broncos taking on the Buffalo Bills. And the answer to the trivia question, what team did the Dolphins beat 20-7 at Hard Rock Stadium to kick off their 9-win season in 2022? It was the New England Patriots. I'll see you guys in the next one. But like usual, stay classy. FN's up.